Yes. That shouldn't be there.
Yes, guys.
How we all doing?
City need to get BORNA Sosa immediately, because this guy is the real deal,
bro. I'm on it.
You're on it.
I'm on the BORNA Sosa hype. I don't know why. I'm on the BORNA Sosa hype though. And then when you sent me the thing before saying the 20 million euro valuation, I was like, bruh. I was like, get it in. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm fine. I mean, first class.
Sign him up. By the way, the reason I said that, I actually don't believe that. I don't know if I believe that. Someone in the Discord, Grassman93, put Haaland season, put LB about to hype up Sosa as the best fullback in the world, and I'm all for it. And then Grassman put quotes, yes guys, City need to get BORNA Sosa immediately because this guy's the real deal.
You basically you're doing your service to the fans.
There we go.
I watched a video on this guy last night.
What did you watch, Bray?
Obviously just fucking standard highlights bullshit, but it was
4K
like
on, huh?
4K highlights, YouTube, do you know what I mean? Highlights, goals and skills and that, do you know what I mean? All assists, all that. Bro, he's another haircut merchant, you know what I mean? He got a headband, maybe Grealish can lend him a Gucci headband.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? He'll be loving that. But also, I like it. When I've seen him play, bro, he's crossing sick. The only thing it doesn't show is his. Bro, I was watching it. I was like, has this shown a single tackle yet? It didn't show it. Bro, I'm watching a left back's compilation, innit? Bro, there was no tackles. Well, I was like, oh, okay.
We'll deep it. We'll deep it in a minute. Couple of things before we get into the whole BORNA Sosa thing and have a look at his stats, what he's saying, and all that kind of stuff. Please make sure you smash the like on the stream if you've not done so already. Yeah, we've got 140 likes, 500 people in the stream. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes rapid, guys. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel with 500 subscribers away now from 60k. 500.
Do you know what we said? Do you know what we said last week? We said if we get 1,000 subscribers in a week, we'll have 60k by the start of the Prem.
We did,
and we're only 500 away. This is legit possible.
It is possible.
This is legit possible. It's only, what day is it? Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's only Wednesday. If we can get 500 subs by Sunday, it's on Sunday as well, bro. We get 500 subs by Sunday. Yo, 60k.
It is wild. Massive shout out to BetVictor. They sponsored today's video, guys. They have their own YouTube channel where they're talking about all sorts of stuff. Loads of debates flying around, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty firework entertainment. The link to watch their new video is in the description and pinned comment. I will be showing you a clip in a little bit later on. And thank you to Angie Graham and Jack Backer for joining the Xtra Club. Appreciate you guys. Link is in the description if you want to get involved. Loads of content coming up, but let's get into it then. BORNA Sosa. So of course this left back thing has been going on for so long, and trust me, it's boring me as well, but there ain't really much else to talk about. And today news has come out from Germany regards BORNA Sosa, and this has come from CF Bayern, which, by the way, he was right though. That organisation was right on the Haaland thing. When he got that
Christian Falk.
Yeah, Christian Falk. He got the Haaland thing done. Obviously, I don't mean he's going to get this one right, but he said VfB Stuttgart will demand between 20 million euros and 25 million euros from Manchester City for the transfer of left back BORNA Sosa. So that doesn't mean City are interested. Doesn't mean City have spoken to BORNA Sosa. He's just saying that basically what he's heard from the club, Stuttgart, is that if City come calling for BORNA Sosa, the fee will be somewhere between 20 and 25 million euros. So what's that? You're looking at like 17 mil to like 22 mil. Pretty cheap, and half the price of what City were willing to pay for, obviously, Cucurella there as well. So it's an attractive deal in terms of price. It's Croatian, which is also a good thing because we need that UCL and UCL curse, isn't it?
You know what's pretty mad? We've watched this guy play. Me and you, bro, we've watched this guy play.
When did we watch him?
Do you remember the Bundesliga last day of the season and we did an Xtra Club stream?
Oh, we watched Dortmund.
And then we kept switching it over to different teams, innit? Basically, it was relegation day.
Yeah.
Stuttgart literally just avoided relegation.
That's right. Did they score in the last second?
I'm sure they scored last minute. I've just got a
did
table up.
And I'm sure they did a 93-20 and scored in like the last second of the game.
Up on goal difference, I think.
I'm sure they did. Yes, Vector. Thanks a lot for the super chat, bro. So yeah, you know, cheap deal there, a lot cheaper than Cucurella. We obviously know the others that are on the list as well. Obviously, Sergio Gomez is still sort of linked with us, but that's more of a CFG signing at the moment. Gvardiol, I don't know, man. Like, it's gotten a bit cold on that last 24 hours. Not really hearing anything on that. Obviously, that is a big transfer fee. Whereas BORNA Sosa is obviously, as I've just said, 20 million quid, so it's a lot cheaper. So we'll deep his stats, we'll deep his contract, we'll deep all that in just a few moments. But give me your instant reaction to this, guys. 20 million quid. What are you saying? Are you backing the deal? Are you happy with it? If you've seen him play, what do you think? Because obviously we've not seen him play too much. But you know, you need to tell us what you're thinking about this guy. But it is a cheap deal. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the end of the world. Again, the downside risk here is pretty low. You're only spending 20 million. No one's expecting the world from him. He's going to be a backup to Cancelo, so he's not going to be playing that much. Yeah, let us know what you think. Carl says he's shite.
What a start. By the way, I like this whole thing of people backing it now, but I also think people are in this mode of just get me a left back.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, for people who are backing him, are you backing him because you want him, or are you backing him just because you're sick of this left back thing and you're just basically saying, I just want a left back right now?
Yeah, because of course, you know, a lot of people mentioning Grimaldo and saying Grimaldo is cheaper. I think he will be a little bit cheap. And of course,
he had a very good game last night.
we watched the Benfica game last night, and he was very, very good. You know what I mean? Didn't have too much defending to do, so we can't rate his defending, you know, because we've not seen him defend properly. He did get beat in the air a few times on headers, but that's obviously because he's small. But going forward, on the ball, crossing, shooting, passing, technical ability was spot on. Pretty much everything you want from a player. And he's slightly cheaper than BORNA Sosa as well. He's Spanish, come through the Barcelona academy. You know what I mean? It's probably going to be easier to get Grimaldo in as well because he's only got 1 year left on his contract. So
I think City have got both of these in front of them, and I think they're trying to weigh up the decision of who to move for.
Yeah.
I think because, as we found out today, even more so that Sergio Gomez isn't the main Donny Don. There was news before about him potentially going on loan after we sign him. But I'm not sure on the case of that if it was just like, yeah, he's not going on loan or whatever. I would like it if we had both that Sergio Gomez and the next left back that we get. I think City are basically looking at this as they'll probably be assessing both now and waiting until, when does Stuttgart next play?
I think the season starts this weekend, I think. Let me check for you.
Yeah, they play on Sunday against Leipzig.
Yeah. Right, okay.
Because I was thinking maybe they just want to watch him one more time. Do you know what I mean? In a good game or in a match. I don't know. Obviously, our scouts are probably looking at these guys for time, innit? So a lot longer than what we've been looking for.
Well, you would have thought that. Obviously, they would have known Zinchenko was leaving for some time, a couple of months,
or at least know they want to get rid of Zinchenko.
Yeah, and obviously they had Cucurella as the main target. They would have had a couple of others on the list. So you'd think that they've already got the list and they've already made. I think we mentioned this on the stream the other day. You'd think that City have already made inquiries with all the clubs who have the players that are on our list, and then they'll go from there. You know what I mean? Some clubs might go, oh yeah, we'll sell for this. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? He's not for sale, or whatever. Players like Grimaldo, Jose Gaia at Valencia. I don't know if he's on the list, but I'm just saying they've both got 1 year left on the deal, so you'd think they're going to be relatively easy to get out the football club. BORNA Sosa, he's not got 1 year left on his contract. He's contracted until 2025. However, if Stuttgart are saying they'll sell for 20 to 25 million, that's usually a sign that they'll be happy to let him go. However, is that a bit of a red flag? He's contracted until 2025, which is 3 years away, and they've gone, oh yeah, you can have him for 25 mil. Is that not a bit of a red flag? That's pretty cheap, isn't it, really? And you're selling to a club that is sort of desperate. Maybe
they're just allowing it because they're not in a great position right now, Stuttgart. Or maybe they want the cash to bolster elsewhere. Maybe they've got another left back that's coming through. Or, do you know what I mean? They might feel like they have decent options there, and they wouldn't want to sell to get some cash. Like, obviously, they were on the brink of relegation, weren't they? But obviously, if you're on the brink of relegation, you want to be selling your best players on a cheap price.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If they were relegated, then you'd understand it. If they were relegated and they set the price tag, then you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Darcy coming with a £5 super chat. Yes, Darcy, thanks for the support, man. Says, seems like a Gvardiol deal is not on the table anymore, at least this summer. Also, Bernardo to Barca might heat up a bit in the coming weeks. I agree with both of them. I think Gvardiol is unlikely. I think Gvardiol was always a bit unlikely just because it was a huge transfer fee, and Leipzig said they didn't want to sell. And Bernardo to Barca, I've got to say, I am getting a little bit more worried. You know what I mean? That Bernardo might leave this summer. I still think it's going to be next summer. But Barcelona, they do have cash, and every day you're seeing Barca sources coming out saying they have the funds to do the
thing is, bro, every day they pull a new lever, innit? There's lever 4 they're on now. They're ready to full send lever 4 to give them enough cash to register the players and put a bid in for Bernardo Silva. Now the Bernardo Silva thing for me, the later he goes in the transfer window, the more unsellable this guy goes. I don't mean the further you go towards that transfer deadline day, I'd be, if I was saying, I'm putting up the price. I'm saying every single week you leave this later, if you're going to come in for him, this price is going up.
Or just refuse.
Yeah,
just tell Bernardo, say, look, bro, right, if you want to leave, we get that you might want to leave the club and that. The transfer window closes on the 1st, and if you leave, we have to replace you. So I'll tell you what, you've got basically, for me personally, I'd be looking at the 14th of August. That leaves you 2.5 weeks. So I'm saying to Barca and Bernardo, if you want to leave, you want to get out of this football club, you have to bring me, this is the bid that we'll accept, nothing less. Don't even bother emailing me, otherwise I'm going to Brighton or leave it. And it has to come by the 14th of August. That leaves you 2.5 weeks to then get a replacement in.
Because they've been looking at Paqueta, and it looks like they've done like the basically, that's who we're going to go for. That's the legs have been done on that. So that gives us 2.5 weeks then to go and do a deal with Leon for Paqueta.
Yeah. Defo.
I don't like this because the thing for me, the longer the Frankie de Jong deal stalls is, it's like it's weird. A double-edged sword. I don't know what that's what it is, because the longer it goes on, the better for us. Because if he stays, it means that they can't afford to go and get Bernardo Silva. Yeah. However, the longer it goes on, is bad for us, because if he leaves towards the end, and then they come in for Bernardo Silva and he wants to leave. It leaves us with very little time to get a replacement, which is why I think a cut-off is good.
Yeah, no, for sure, I agree. Vector, thanks again for the super chat. If you want to put a message in the chat, bro, I'll read it out if I see it. Harlan9 says, I'm happy what we got. Our team is unbelievable. So you don't even want another signing, so you're happy with the squad depth. That's cool. I think we do need one more defender, though, for me,
I think
bro.
we need a left back.
Yeah, Darcy with another 5. Yes, Darcy says, give us Gavi in return. That's a fair deal, in my opinion. I like Gavi, man. It's the first time I ever seen him play.
Incredible.
I think the first time I ever seen him play was when we watched the Xtra Club stream with our members, and I seen him play, and it was like, this guy's ill. Like,
he's incredible.
Seriously mad. He's
mint. That Pedri guy's mint. But Barca got a good squad, you know. Barca got a good team.
I think so.
I think do they need I could think of, maybe they need like a big dog centre back. They have just got Koundé though. Koundé's a good centre back. They've got a good team, you know. They've got a mint team.
Yeah, no, for sure. Right, I want to deep the stats for BORNA Sosa, because I think we have been over them before, but given the fact that it is now actually looking like this might be an option, I think we should sort of have a look in depth at the stats. Now, before we get into it, guys, please make sure you drop a like on the stream. Got over 700 people in here. Let's get those likes up to 300, guys. Need 70 people to smash a thumbs up, get us to 300 likes. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well. We're 500 subscribers away from 60,000 subscribers, man. So I appreciate everyone that's subbed to the channel. Please tell your mates, tell your mum, tell your dad, tell everyone, sub to the channel and get us to 60k. Today's video is sponsored by the guys at BetVictor. Got a short clip to show you now about the title race, and then we'll deep BORNA Sosa's stats.
I think City win the league.
Do you think Haaland's going to do it?
I think Haaland.
He looks clumsy.
I'm not.
I don't want to say
I'm
it.
not sure.
Looks a bit clumsy.
So does Nunes. So does Nunes at times. And Nunes will still score goals. I'm not saying he's not, but I think there's been. If you look at the changes to City, yes, they've made changes. Jesus wasn't really first choice though, so he'll affect what's coming off the bench. I think you're going to get more goals out of Grealish this season. You're going to get more goals out of those kind of players. If they let Bernardo go, I think that could be a huge miss, and maybe that will change possibly how things run for them. But I think City will be okay. And look, if there's a drop off with City, and as we're suggesting it could be with the loss of Sterling and Jesus, you could possibly say the same about Liverpool losing Mane. I think that's a huge shift, and it's not going to be always perfect for the new front three, whatever that turns out being. So I do think there's as much change at Liverpool as there is City in kind of the key areas or the key positions, because Jesus weren't starting. Zinchenko, he was starting sometimes, but you know they're going to sign another left back. So if Bernardo Silva goes, maybe I change my mind on this one, but I think City.
Yes. I actually agree. I think if Bernardo Silva leaves, I think it's going to be interesting to see the way that City play. What changes that halves to City's season. I think with all these big first team players all these big players going from the club who know the system, whether it takes a bit of time for this new, the new way to play to adapt, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it could be difficult for City if Bernardo does leave. However, I am backing us to win the league.
Yeah, no, I echo that completely. Yeah, guys, if you want to go check out the full video where they're talking about the title race and lots of other stuff, link is in the description, the pinned comment as well. Go check it out, let them know City actually sent it, subscribe to the channel, like their stream, do all that, show all the support for our partners, man. Really do appreciate it.
FYI, people in the chat saying Cucurella's done, yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah. So just for the people that don't know, Fabrizio Romano, his tweet 4 minutes ago, Marc Cucurella to Chelsea. Here we go. Full agreement in place between Chelsea and Brighton for more than 50 million. Levi Colwill on the verge of joining Brighton soon. Personal terms already agreed. There's now no way for Man City. Cucurella will become a Chelsea new signing. Done.
Done dealio. So it's kind of what we said a few days ago. They were moving fast. As soon as Chelsea got into it, they were like, get these players signed, because they keep missing out on transfer targets. Kunde, Rafinha, do you know what I mean? Like players like that. They don't want to miss out on this. So they've done bits, and fair play to Brighton. They held out for what they wanted, and they got what they wanted. And something that we kind of overlooked a lot was it was never hit £50 million is the price. It was always £50 million minimum. Before we even start talking.
I'm really sort of interested to find out exactly what the fee is, because at the moment all we're hearing is it's more than 50 million. So I mean, that could be anything, you know what I mean? It could be, is it close to 60? Is it 51? Because the more it goes up, the more City were right to walk away. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone's like, oh, it's just 10 mil, they should have just paid it. Well, it's not just 10 mil, because it's more than 50 mil. Could have been 15 mil, and he's defo not worth 50 mil anyway, in my opinion. He's worth just slightly less than that. So if Chelsea have paid like 55 mil or something like that, then in my opinion that is an overpay. But at the end of the day, Chelsea not messing about. They're making moves, getting the job done. GG's to Brighton, man. You know what I mean? Like that's a sick sell. And if they get Levi Colwill in, who's a highly rated player, then that is some insane business. And you know they've sold the player, so it won't affect their transfer strategy buying players in from other clubs, because obviously they've already sold him. Mohammed coming in with a $2 super chat. Yes, Mohammed says good start to the window, but could be a bad end. Yeah, still just under a month to go, bro. So we got to just give it a bit of time. It would have been nice to have had everything sorted out before the start of the season, but I guess that's just the way it is. And Professional Idiot with the 5 says Chelsea loves to be scammed. Well, yeah, I mean, in my opinion, they have overpaid, but they've got the player and we've not, and we're still here doing streams day after day talking about left backs.
Yeah, we're talking about our new left back, innit? We're just reminiscing what could have been. But yeah, I mean, they paid the money, and Brighton set the price, innit? So if they've got the cash there to pay it, and they happily have paid it.
Ben O'Ay says 52 million plus 4 million in add-ons according to The Athletic, so 56 mil.
Do you know what I mean? So
I think when you see that, in my opinion, and people won't agree, but in my opinion, I think City were probably correct to walk away from that.
The thing is, we was around the 35 to 40 million pound. Yeah. If you say that we're around the 35 million pound, that's an extra 20 million pound on what we got. And if they're looking at these options like BORNA, Sosa and stuff, thinking, but we can go get BORNA, Sosa just for the extra 20 mil that you're going to offer.
Yeah. And of course, we don't actually know what the Colwill deal is.
Colwill deal is, yeah.
Is he going there on what's going on here? At the moment, it's 52 plus 4, but we need to find out what the Levi Colwill situation. Are Chelsea doing some sort of deal with him on that? Because if they are, then it's not nearly 52 plus 4, it's 52 plus Levi Colwill. So that's interesting. But yeah, I wanted to go into Borna Sosa's stats. Now I think we have done this before, but it was sort of when we didn't really think we was going to get him, and probably when we still thought deep down that we'd get Cucurella, but of course, as we just described, that is now not happening. So let me go to last season. So according to, this is all data from Transfermarkt, by the way. According to last season, he played 19 games as a left midfielder, and 10 games as a left back, and 1 game as a right midfielder. Now, something that I have noticed in the past, by the way, is when Transfermarkt says fullbacks play left mid, sometimes it's actually
5 at the back.
5 at the back.
Yeah,
so
that's an L. That it shouldn't. Rather than left mid, it should say left wing back.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it does, and in fact, I've checked it, and yeah, I just clicked on one game where he played left mid, and they were playing 5 at the back. So I'm not going to say every single game they were playing at 5 at the back, because I don't know, and I don't want to give you information that's incorrect. But I think we should probably assume that most of them games where he's playing left mid, he was actually playing in a 5 at the back. Assists then and goals and that. He played 30 games last season, and we'll go into his injury stats in a sec to find out if that had some sort of impact. And in 30 games, he played 2,680 minutes, scoring 2 goals and getting 9 assists. So that's a goal involvement every other 3 games. So that's not too bad, really, for a fullback. That's probably better than sort of Zinchenko and maybe even Cancelo. I'm not 100% sure. And the season before, he got 28 games, playing 2,100 minutes, and he got 0 goals, but he did get 10 assists. And in both seasons, he didn't get any red cards at all. And in that one again, yeah, it looks like Stuttgart do play a 5 at the back. So I'll just get his injury history up before we sort of have our conversation about it. Last season, he had 4 injuries in total. He had a back trouble, muscular problems, bruised knee and adductor problems. However, it's not too bad. Whilst it sounds bad with the 4 injuries, he actually only missed 17 days, 5 days, 5 days and 6 days. So, it's less than a month in a whole year. Not too bad. The season before, a little bit worse, but still not the worst. 4 injuries. He had back problem again, muscular injury, knee problem, and a tear in a joint capsule. Now that season he actually missed 13 days, 7 days, 10 days, and 18 days. So a little bit longer, but still not the worst. And just before we move on, because the season before, this is 3 seasons ago, but I just wanted to make it because it's quite a bad one. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 injuries. Cold, concussion, fitness, ill, edema in the knee. I remember saying that last time. And the edema in the knee, which I think I Googled actually. Did I Google it? Let me find out. Oh yeah, a swollen knee occurs when excess fluid collects in on around your knee joint, and he missed 140 days. That's just under half a year, bro.
Time that.
And that's in the knee. And I'd just say that since then, and again, I don't know if these are related, I ain't a doctor, but since he had that edema in the knee where he missed nearly half a year, he has had 2 other knee injuries. Now the knee injuries only the 2 combined only set him out for 2 weeks, but maybe that City might look at that and go, do you have some sort of problem with the knee? I don't know, I ain't doctoring it. So look, the injury situation is not the worst, you know what I mean? He's not missing that much. Obviously 3 years ago he missed quite a lot, but since then his longest injury set him out for only 18 days. So it's not the worst situation in the world, but he does pick up at least 4 injuries every season. Yeah,
so like he's not got a clean record, innit? And when it comes to injuries, and I think another thing to take into account is the price that we are going to pay for this person isn't a premium. Do you know what I mean? We're not going to be paying a premium price for some guy like. Do you know what I mean? The left back that we're going to be getting in, obviously because we've missed out on Cucurella, I wouldn't expect someone to come in and be some like next best big Donny. But if they do that, do you know what I mean? Then we're smashing it. But it's a good price for a player, and if he does have these kind of injuries, then yeah, as long as he's not like out for bare time like he did with the first knee injury, I think he's someone that City will be able to call upon. Obviously the guy's got a whip and assist and stuff like that. I feel like that's going to be a heavy part of the game. That's what I think Pep wants. He wants a left back to bomb it down the wing. If we're predominantly going to be playing Jack Grealish or Phil Foden on the left hand side, who can cut in, I think Pep wants someone who can overlap. Whereas Cancelo, obviously, like we've said bare times, he cuts in as well. Obviously, Cancelo does do that sometimes, though. Do you know what I mean? He does run down and use his left foot and cross balls in, but I think we just want an actual left-footed left back. Now, I don't know personally if this guy's the right guy. I like it because I've seen him attacking. I've seen the way that he attacks. I like it. Is it? Am I as gassed as I was for Cucurella? No, but that's because I seen Cucurella actually play in it, and I was like, this guy's gonna be sick. He's perfect for City. Do you know what I mean? That's why. But I think for what, £17 million.
Yeah.
I think it's something that City might go for. Now, I see people in the chat saying Grimaldo, and that's a shout as well.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yes, George Brown becoming an Extra Club member.
Yes,
Wagwan,
George
Dad.
Brown.
What we on now? 307, bro. Is that what we're on?
307.
It's crazy, guys. Thanks a lot for becoming Extra Club members, guys. Appreciate all the support. If you want to become an Extra Club member, get access to extra content, badge in the chat, and help just generally support the channel, you can do. The link is in the description, and sometimes there's a join button below my face, or exclamation mark join in the chat, and the thing will come up. Now, I've got a scouting report, and it's quite recent. It was from April. And I've got a few things that I want to read out for people who've not seen him play, who just want to get like a little bit of quick information. Just let me read this out. Spare me a second. I've got some pros and cons about him as well. So Sosa's standout strength is his crossing. He registered 9 assists in the Bundesliga last season. That was 2020-2021. And started this term with a hat-trick of them in the opening day of the season against Greuther Fürth. He has an excellent delivery from both set pieces and open play, and he's able to provide width to his team and supply forwards with a lot of crosses. He can execute a variety of crosses and is a danger from any situation. He is confident on the ball, and like many of the Stuttgart team, always looks to play forwards. He is happy to take risks in possession. In build-up, he has crisp, powerful passing and is calm under pressure. The higher up he receives the ball, the more he looks to open out and play down the line or make a clip pass into the striker or space behind. He is very left-footed, but does make good use of different parts of his boot and uses flicks effectively in tight spaces, which is important. His solid technique allows him to exploit the space and passes he finds through impressive vision. There is a lot more there on the pros. However, I know a lot of people have been sort of noticing his sort of cons and that, so let me just read out the cons section. However, he does need to improve his defensive work rate. At times he can be slow to track back and get into position, and he does not work hard enough to track his man, often lacking intensity and looking slightly unsure of his role. He's better at pressing up the pitch and firing out of the line in midfield. Defending one-on-one, he shows good body positioning and decent spacing. His footwork is adequate, but he does struggle to change direction quickly and to block crosses, not always getting his angles quite right. And it goes on to say he has good speed to match attackers though, and can put in well-timed slides when recovering, but he's less effective in static duels and struggles to control situations and to be assertive. When he must press wide, he can rush and overcommit slightly. He clearly does not enjoy defending one-on-one or in deeper areas, and would prefer to be constantly on the ball, driving forwards and contributing in the attacking half. So interesting. There's lots more on this. I'll put the link in the description, guys. If you want to go and check it out after the stream, feel free to do so. That's from scoutedfootball.com.
So that doesn't take into account the season just gone?
It was written in April, so I guess it did. He also mentioned the hat-trick on the first day of the season, so it probably, he does mention some of it. So clearly not the best defensively is the sort of vibe I'm getting, which people have said. Left foot
Cancelo, innit?
Yeah.
A lot of people in the chat are like, it sounds like Cancelo, and it does sound, but when he was like, not very good at blocking blocking crosses into the box, I was thinking that's Cancelo. I mean, but I think the work rate might be an issue. That's one of the highlights there that stands out, to be honest, is work rate. I think if you work hard, you can find your way into this team.
Yeah.
Now Pep will want him working really hard. I mean, he'll want that energy. He'll want him tracking back. Now, if that is an issue, that's something that City should be looking at. Yeah. I think they will be looking at to see whether he has that kind of thing.
Surely though, bro, if he's already on the list, you would have expected them to sort of already kind
of gather this information. Yeah, basically saying, well, he'll be all right. Or maybe City think they can get the best out of him. Maybe Pep's like, I can get the best out of this guy.
Yeah, and I would also say on that scouting report, it did say it's his play defensively is exacerbated by Stuttgart's tactics or whatever.
Oh yeah, of course.
So maybe maybe he looks worse when he plays for Stuttgart than he would for City. I don't know, innit? You know what I'm saying? So it's a bit mad, to be fair. It is a bit mad. But yeah, I mean, and this is what I'm saying. The fee is reflective probably of the fact that he's not the best defensively. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get someone who's absolutely class both going forward and defensively for 17 million quid. It's never going to happen. So I guess
price is relative, isn't it? Like,
yeah, of course. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, people say, we shouldn't pay 50 mil for Cucurella, and I sort of agree. But at the end of the day, like, you want someone who can defend and go forward, then you probably are going to be paying that sort of cash. And Doper coming in with a $5 donation. He says, honestly, if we're really considering Sosa, we might as well just run Angelino back, in my opinion. That would be a funny situation. Although I actually don't think we can get him because I think he's gone to Hoffenheim.
Check this, bro. Who's gone to Hoffenheim?
Angelino. Because it was a swap deal with Ram.
Oh, was it? No way.
I don't know if that ended up happening, but that's why apparently it stalled, because the Ram deal to Leipzig was meant to be a swap deal with Angelino. So
check this.
Don't think we can get him. Yeah.
I was just pinning because before we started the stream, I typed in BORNA Sosa on Google, and then something came up saying basically the Zinchenko where Man City could land the Dream Zinchenko replacement. I was thinking they've gone big on that Dream Zinchenko replacement. Check this. This is wild, this. It says here, the left back ended his latest league campaign, so this one that was just gone, with more assists, which is 8 assists, more shot creating actions, 103, more goal creating actions, 13, and more crosses than any other player at Stuttgart.
That is wild.
For a left back.
The thing is, though, I think that, like, I think everyone knows now that this guy's clearly a fucking sick going forward. He clearly is. I mean, the stats that you've just read out prove it.
Check this.
But it's just his defensive situation.
Only 2 other players in the entire Bundesliga delivered more crosses than him.
Go on, who are they?
It doesn't say who, but
why am I not saying? That's stupid.
Yeah. Teasing us, isn't it? But yeah, only two more players.
Yeah, I think going forward, I think BORNA Sosa's like class, you know what I mean? And I think that with him in the side, Haaland would probably thrive.
Yeah.
But
basically,
he'd probably, if we get BORNA Sosa, I think probably as fans, we'd all have to accept that in what it's not going to be every game, but in a game, he'll probably get absolutely destroyed and might cost us the game. But you probably just have to accept that as the L, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's just is what it is.
Do you know what it stinks of? It stinks of Pep basically saying we'll outscore you. It stinks of old Pep.
Yeah.
We'll just outscore you. We'll outscore you.
We definitely can't be playing him in the knockout stages of the Champions League, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Even if he plays Rodri and Phillips as a double pivot, man, you can't be playing him. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, there are other options. I mentioned Grimaldo a number of times. I thought he was pretty decent last night, but he probably has the same sort of defensive flaws as BORNA Sosa. Gvardiol's too expensive. I don't think we're going to get him.
Gvardiol is very, very
Gomez is too young and won't be playing in the City team. He'll be loaned out. Ignore it. It's probably going to cost you 30-40 million. Will City pay it? Ram's gone. Angelino's gone.
Walrus and then tries to always talk around Zinchenko replacements, all of who are worse than Zinchenko. Now, apparently this guy has better stats than Zinchenko, but you are right, Zinchenko. For me, I'm just in the thing of why didn't Thingy? Why did we just keep Zinchenko? I mean, I don't know if the guy wanted to leave, but he didn't seem like he wanted to leave. But at the end of the day, I think City basically moved Zinchenko on in the idea that we would have gone and got Cucurella or something like that. So now we are looking at alternatives. I think maybe we're a bit arrogant in the fact that we thought we'd get Cucurella. Or they are confident that these other guys, maybe they're like, right, if we don't get Cucurella, we have these other guys in line who we think will still be better.
Yeah,
we think we'll still, I mean, will slot in nicely at that left back spot, because we have gone basically big on this left back thing by getting rid of Zinchenko. I think it was a bit of an L situation from City, because it's put us in a panic kind of position. But it is what it is. We can only deal with as far as we can't do anything, so we'll only deal with what we're being handed.
Yeah, got a couple of member chats here, bro. Let's see what these guys are saying. Got Pressed, member for 22 months. Yes, bro. So close to the goal emoji, man.
Well close.
Thanks a lot for the support. Says, this LB saga is mad. I can't lie. It is mad. And you're not lying.
I see all that. I can't lie, bro. That didn't register in my brain for a long time.
Angel, member for 20 months. Yes. Says, we choked not signing Cucurella initially for 50 mil. Third in the Prem for chances created from open play. He'll smash it at Chelsea. He will smash it at Chelsea.
He will
and look, Angel, I think some fans will agree with you, some fans won't. Some fans will say, no, I should have paid it. Some fans say, oh, no, it's too expensive. I think it is too expensive, but I would not have been crying if the club paid it. You know what I mean? I don't think it was... I've said this all along. I don't think that price was massively overvalued. I do think it was overvalued, in my opinion, but I don't think it was, like, crazy. I don't think Brighton had, like, lost a plot valuing at that, and clearly they've not, because Chelsea have paid the cash. So clearly Chelsea agree. But there are fans that say, no, he's nowhere near that value. So, but the fact is now they've sold Zinchenko, who is arguably better than the names that we've now been linked with. And yeah, it's like, now, man, you guys have got to sign someone, because you can't go into the season with just Cancelo and Walker. Walker's getting on. He only played 28 games last season or something like that. Cancelo is Cancelo. Like, you know what I mean? This guy, I don't even know how to describe this guy. You need someone else. And if you're not willing to play Wilson Esbrand because you think he's too young or needs more time, which is fair and reasonable, then you need to bring someone in. You have to bring someone in. I don't know who that is.
It's BORNA Sosa. I think, obviously, we've just got to trust in the board here that they're going to pick the right alternative player to Cucurella. I mean, we've just got to trust in them. What they want to do, we've got to trust it. I mean, if we go into the season without a left back, then I'm going to question it, because I'm going to be like, this isn't now. But I don't think we'll go into the season without a left back. We are going to sign this Sergio Gomez guy, and I know he's not going to be the left back, but I think we're going to sign someone else. I think even if it was just a case of paying this, 17 mil for Sosa.
Yeah.
Even if it was the case of just paying the 15 mil for Grimaldo.
The one issue that I'll have with that is Grimaldo was good last night. When I watched Grimaldo, was good last night, but I don't think he was better than Zinchenko.
It's hard to know though, isn't it? Because we're seeing Zinchenko in this City side, and he looks very good. We don't know. These guys could come in and slam. They could get it straight away. Do you know what I mean? And then they could smash. But we don't know yet, because it's always an unfair evaluation. But we can only evaluate him on what we're seeing. Do you know what I mean? We can't evaluate him in a City shirt first. We can't say, right, here's your trial, and then sign him after that. Do you know what I mean?
Try before you buy.
Try before you buy situation.
Why is that not a thing in football, man? Make everything a lot easier, wouldn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Basically, prove yourself before you get a full contract.
Come on pre-season with us, and if you do sick, then we'll pay you the 50 mil.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think we are going to sign a left. I don't see a situation where the club will go into next season without signing a left back.
The poll, by the way, that you did at the beginning of the thing, a lot of votes on it, nearly 1,000 votes. Do you want BORNA Sosa at City? 83% of people said yes.
I like that.
That is a lot of confidence there for BORNA Sosa. That's the thing with BORNA Sosa. I think that he'll come in and he will slam going forward, but you got to accept that he'll get roasted, innit? He'll get roasted defensively in a couple of games, but we just got to accept that. That's the downside to it. But if you're prepared to accept it, then that's it. What you can't be doing is going, yeah, let's get BORNA Sosa in, and then when he drops a stinker, go, he's crap. Because that's part of the deal. That's part of the package. You know what I mean? You can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it. You can only get one deal, and the deal that you're going to be getting is going to be mint going forward. Sean Michaels is coming in with a £5 donation. Says, can't lie, lads, the more I think about the left back situation, the more it pisses me off. It's heavy, fuck's sake.
Facts.
I think why it's heavy, bro, is not only at this moment in time we don't really know what's going on. We've sold Zinchenko before we had a replacement, which was a silly move. We then went for Cucurella and negotiated for that for time, and then have pulled out and walked away. We then got excited joyous that we actually signed a left back in Gomez, only to find out 40 minutes later that this actually guy that we're signing isn't actually going to be a left back at City. It's a CFG signing, he'll be loaned out. So that's more like, for God's sake. Then we heard that City made a bid for Gvardiol for 80 mil. Then we found out that's probably not going to happen. Then apparently BORNA Sosa is available for 20 million, but still nothing's happened on that. Sort of at the moment, it's just like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure something is happening at the board at Manchester City. I'm sure they're actually not just sat in the tunnel club drinking all the beers. You know what I'm saying? I know that they're going to be working. We just need some leaks, man. The club need to leak us some news.
Yeah, they need to give us something.
Why can't they just look at us? Look at us, we're drowning. We are
drowning.
Why can't the club just leak us some news, man? Just DM us, leak us some news.
That would That'd be nice. Just so we know, innit? We can have a bit of peace of mind.
The thing is, David Hartley's just put in there, I wish people would stop talking about Gaia and Grimaldo. They're trash. It's not 2016. The problem is, there's not really that many other people to go for, David. Like, we watched Grimaldo yesterday. I don't know if you watched it with us. And he was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The problem is with Borna Sosa is apparently he's absolutely insane going forward, but not very good defensively. Gvardiol's 80 million quid. Jose Gaia and Grimaldo both only got a year left on the contract, so I can see why City might be interested. Other than that, I don't know the other players that we could go and get. Your class players who you probably do want at your club, your Hernandezes, your Lodis, your Alphonso Davies. Well, they're going to cost you 75 mil, and there's no chance City are going to do that. So, unfortunately, I think we probably are going to end up with someone like a Grimaldo or a Gaia or a Sosa, who are all probably in the same sort of bracket, because I don't even know. There's no one else. Is there anyone else in the Prem that we could get? I don't know. I'm not saying I don't disagree with you, by the way, David. I'm just saying, like, this is sort of where we are now.
We need more options, innit? Like,
I don't think we're going to get anyone other than them sort of players, I'm afraid.
I think if we was going to get someone else in the Prem, I think other than Ait Nouri is obviously someone in the Prem. I think we need to start seeing more links to these guys, because it'll come clear who the target is.
Thing is, though, if you're Wolves now, are you going to sell Ait Nouri for less than 50 mil? Right, because this is what will happen. City will go to Wolves and say, Ait Nouri, and they'll go, well, we think he is on par, if not better than Cucurella, and they just sold him for 52 million, so 52 million. And City will go, 40 million, and they'll go, no, 50 million. And then you're just in this sort of...
Basically, so you're back in a square one again.
That's why we'll probably end up with like a Grimaldo or a Sosa or someone like that. I don't think they're the best players in the world, but this is where we are, because we've sold Zinchenko. They shouldn't have sold Zinchenko. At the end of the day, they shouldn't never have sold Zinchenko without a proper replacement. It's bizarre.
It's mad. Is Grandad available? The contract is ready. Unfortunately not. He's made a transfer back to Zante FC. I just did another poll, bro, of Sosa or Grimaldo, and the poll is heavily favoured towards Sosa over Grimaldo. So it's weird, because there's a lot of it's very mixed, this stream, because there's a lot of worries from the chat, but then there's a lot of people saying Sosa's it.
I don't know. I don't know if they're saying Sosa's it, though. I think they might be saying that Sosa's the best of the bad bunch.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because obviously,
yeah, I'm saying
we ain't got options in it. So it is what it is. And to be fair, if Sosa comes in and he smashes it, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree with what David's putting in the chat. And I have said this many, many times, David. Says Sosa will be fine. He's not amazing, but he's young and Pep could improve him. There's a reason Grimaldo and Gaia are still at their clubs and constantly linked to Premier League clubs and never bought shy. I always say this. I always say, if you're a player who stayed at them sort of clubs for a long time, there's probably a reason that you stayed at a club for a long time. It's because you're not that good. Or other clubs don't think you can make the jump. But I would Sosa is 24. So he's not exactly a spring chicken, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's obviously got years to develop, but it's not like he's... Like, Ait Nouri is 20, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah, I'm sure Ait Nouri's like 20, 21. Borna Sosa has been playing, like, first-team football now for... Played, I think, 2 seasons in the Bundesliga. Season before that. But, I don't know.
And doing well in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, he
At
is.
Stuttgart. Do you know what I mean?
I think that, like, for me, again, I think that I'd be happy with Borna Sosa, but I'd have to accept that he's going to drop an L in a game, and when he does drop the L, I will obviously fucking cry my eyes out and say, oh, shit, but, like, you just got to hope that he does more good in you got to, like, you know when Edison play out from the back, like we always say, oh, the pros outweigh the cons. You can have a Courtois in goal, but he won't be as good as Edison on the ball. So we believe, well, most City fans believe, that Edison in goal, his pros of being able to play out from the back outweigh the cons. The cons are that he's not going to save as many shots as maybe a Courtois would. And I think it's the sort of same for Borna Sosa. The pros are, he's going to get down that line, provide width to the team, and hopefully, if that scouting report's right, provide excellent crossing from the left-hand side into Erling Haaland. But the cons are, he's not going to be like a Zabaleta. He's not going to be a Cesar Azpilicueta at the back and be mega defensively. He's not going to be like that. So again, just have to hope that the pros outweigh the cons, man. But the fact is, we've not put ourselves in the best position here because we sold Zinchenko.
Yeah, that's just the way. That's the way it's fallen. We've got, 4 weeks left? Less than 4 weeks? Or less than a month or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? We've got until the end of this month to sign a left back. We are starting to, obviously, we've got the price of this guy already. People starting to look at him. I guess if Sosa's not it, the club might want to brief that it's not it. Do you know what I mean? Because they like to do that. Like, Guardiola kind of thing. They don't want City, but they don't want the fans basically running wild with this imagination that they're going to get someone, and then they don't. Hence why Gnabry died rapid. I just think it's difficult at the moment to with this signing, whoever you get, someone's going to be pissed off. Someone's going to be like, we should have just kept Zinchenko. Someone will be like, we should have paid the extra for Cucurella. Someone will be like, I would have preferred Aitnori. Oh, I would have preferred Grimaldo. Do you know what I mean? There will legit always be someone unhappy with this one. I think if you would have got Cucurella, people would have quickly got over how much we paid for him.
I agree. A couple more super chats in here, and then there is some news that came out just a while ago. Darcy with the $5. Again, thanks a lot, Darcy, for the super chats, man. It says, the question I have is, would the left-back signing, either Grimaldo or Sosa, be the long-term answer at left-back? Because I don't think so. I don't think so either. I think there'd be backups. I think we've got Cucurella. Cancelo starts the season as left-back, but I do think Cucurella would have been able to force his way as the main Donny. If you're going to get a Sosa or a Grimaldo, it's possible, I guess, but I think it's unlikely that there would be that guy. I think they would just be purely a backup. It
depends on how much, if we get, say, Sosa, on how much he improves the attacking play. If this guy's popping balls into Erling Haaland week in, week out and scoring, he starts at left back because of his creativity on that left-hand side. I know Cancelo also has that creativity, and that's why I think we might see a situation, if we do sign Sosa, you'd get Sosa and Cancelo in the same team.
Yeah, and I think with Mahrez in the team, it might actually be a better option to play Cancelo right back because we need someone overlapping.
And Grealish, you have left back. You know what I mean, it works on. But that basically, if you have that dynamic of a Cancelo and a Sosa, you can play Grealish and Mahrez in the same team.
Yeah, no, for sure. Up with a 5 says Cuckoo is from La Masia. He eats and drinks positional play, and he's quality. That's why Pep wanted him. Man City messed up big time. There you go. There are
we did mess up.
We should have just paid.
I personally would have liked it if we just paid, because I mean I do rate Cucurella. I think he'll do very well at Chelsea. I think he'll do sick. But at the end of the day, we have to kind of like let that sail now. I mean, we spoke a lot about Cucurella for weeks. It's not happened, and you have to move forward. Yeah, City fumbled the bag, but now we need to turn our attention to finding another left back. I think Cucurella would have done incredible at Man City, but it is what it is.
Some news about another potential fullback. Where is it? Here we go. This is from Dimarcio.
Oh, yeah.
Man City have inquired about Udinese left back Destiny Udogie in recent days. Now, apparently, I've never seen this guy play, but apparently, bro, this guy is sick.
Serious?
Yeah, I've seen people on Twitter before like, nah, this guy's the real deal, mate. He's 19 years old, Italian, plays for Udinese in Serie A, contracted until 2026. Now, I'm not showing his stats. Let me have a look. He's played in Serie A 41 times, so still really a fresh talent. Of course, he is only 19. But in 37 games, scored 5 goals, 3 assists. And people are saying, like, this guy is decent.
Well, we've got a fight on our hands because 2 hours ago, Fabrizio Romano, Tottenham have opened talks to sign Udinese left back Destiny on permanent deal with potential loan back for this season. Negotiations at early stage. There's no full agreement as there are many clubs interested. One of them clubs is obviously Manchester City.
Interesting. We'll have to see. I mean, that's the first time we've seen City linked with him. And again, he might be on the list. Obviously, a young option.
Would he be
a risky move?
Would he be someone that comes in, or would he be basically an alternative to the Sergio Gomez thing? Or would we?
I think because he's played in Serie A.
But are we going to do what Tottenham are going to do and just loan him back?
Well, probably not. If we got him, we'd probably like, nah, come true. I think because Sergio Gomez is playing in Belgium, and I think that's probably like City, like, nah, we need you to be tested. He's played in Serie A 41 times, so City probably think that he's probably good enough experienced enough and played in a good enough league to be in the first team. But honestly, I don't know. Obviously, the thing is with the Sergio Gomez, when that came out, Ornstein then come out 40 minutes later and was like, "Nah, CFG, we've not heard about this guy."
That's interesting, though.
Yeah, well, it's one to keep our eye. Again, all we have to do at this moment in time, because we don't know who City are actually going for at this moment. We don't know who's the main target. It's just keep our options open, I guess. And as fans, try not to get sort of heavily invested in just one player, because we don't know who it's going to be, and you'll just feel like shit if we don't get the player that you want, innit?
Well, apparently, the deal for Destiny is around £20 million, so it's around our price range. At £20 million plus bonuses. That's around it. And he'd definitely be a signing for one for the future. And that kind of ties in with what Darcy's going to say. And Darcy with the 5 says, see, the big issue here is that if these left-back options aren't a long-term solution, then this whole left-back situation will occur again. However, you know what I mean? Sosa might end up being, you know what I mean? It might smash it. So he might end up being long-term without you realising it. But then this guy, Destiny, as well, he might smash it. And end up being more long term than you think if we sign him. Do you know what I mean? So, and then especially with how young that Destiny guy is, he's 19 years old. That is definitely one for the future.
Yeah.
And if he comes in now and he's sick already, then go for it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I see Matthew there saying, I agree, we should just pay big now, then move on, but then puts W's in the chat for that for Destiny. For Darcy, innit? For Darcy, all right. Yeah. For Darcy.
Darcy might be able to play left back. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Darcy, what are you saying?
I reckon he'd just full send it anyway, even if he's right footed. 8easy19 with the 2 says Pep can level up either Sosa or Grimaldo. Did we read out before? I can't remember. I think Sosa has the ability to level up. You know what I mean? I think he has that, but we don't know. He could come in and flop, but we don't know. And I think the way Pep levels up Sosa is by improving his work rate. Improve his work rate heavily and his defensive ability, then yeah, we're good to go. And David JS with 179 says we should go for Alonso for a year as Cuckoo flops. He's on the hate train of Cuckoo already. I don't think we'd go for Alonso, but I mean, he's there.
Yeah.
He's there.
Look, I don't know where we're at with this now, guys. I guess, again, we've had another day and 2 new names linked. Well, not new names. I guess BORNA Sosa was already on the list, but we now know how much it would cost. Obviously, Destiny has been added to the list, but we don't really know if that would be a CFG signing or it would be a proper signing. We go again tomorrow, where inevitably we'll probably get more news on this left-back saga. Who are we going to be linked with? We need more information. We need more of a precise hot list.
Feed me links.
We're going for.
We need like loads of links to just one guy, and then we can see where City are going.
Yeah.
Because when you start getting loads on one, that's when it's like, you can see we're going for this guy now. But at the moment, it's very messy. Because it's all over the place. I mean, we've just been linked with someone else. Yeah. And that says to me that maybe City aren't as sure, just like we're not sure. Maybe City aren't sure either. Or maybe we're just broadening our horizon and not putting all our eggs in one basket and then assessing the situation when all the fees come back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Guys, drop a like on the stream. We're currently on 425 likes. Let's get that up to 500, man. Please drop a like on the stream if you've not done so already. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. It's completely free to subscribe to the channel. And by doing so, you do help us get closer to the 60,000 sub target. We're 500 subscribers away now from 60k, which is going to be absolutely mental. Super appreciate everyone that can subscribe to the channel. Make sure after this stream, you go over to the BetVictor YouTube channel. Their link is in the description and pinned comment. They're talking about a lot of stuff today on their video, including who they think is going to win the league, whether it be City or Liverpool. Have City strengthened enough? Go check it out. And when you go over there, make sure you subscribe to the channel, watch the full video, like, comment, share it, do all this normal stuff that you do with our streams. I appreciate the support. And Dopa with a 5 says, do y'all think we have turned into a left-back FC to keep eyes averted from signing a right winger? Also links to Yeremy Pino, and he is trash.
Nah, I don't think we're throwing a smoke screen up just to get a right winger. I personally, I think we're only going to sign one player, unless Unless that's why City cheaped out on Cucurella, because they want to sign a right winger as well.
You would have thought if that was true though, like
You'd have some from
you'd have at least a leak somewhere from like Paul Ballas or Sam Lee or Gorn or someone like that. We've literally I've not heard nothing on that. So look, you know my thoughts, Dope. I think we need a right winger, but I don't think we're going to get one this summer, man. Don't see it.
Live Juventus in the chat says that you're panicking because of the Community Shield loss. Nah, the Community Shield loss doesn't have anything to play in this.
We're panicking because we have no official left back.
We don't have a left back at the football club.
We've not had one for about 20 years. That's why. But yeah, anyway, that's probably it for now. Come back tomorrow where we continue the left back search, the left back hunt. We will find one, guys, and when we find one, we'll get him across the line. You know what I mean? We'll get all people in the stream to at City and get this guy. Omar Barada's Twitter's getting absolutely bombarded when we find the guy.
When we find who it is.
But yeah, guys, go check out the BetVictor channel for us. Do appreciate the support on that. You seriously help us out if you go watch their video. Smash a like on the stream if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Have a great night, and we'll be back tomorrow for more left back hunting. See you later.
In a bit.